off with the bam, right? We got the Mecha X here from Rike Knives. If you're brand new to Rike, they make some pretty interesting stuff. They're a top premium knife manufacturer, OEM of China. And yes, this knife is overseas, but don't let that fool you, because the attention to detail, the machining, the overall quality, uniqueness of this thing is insane. So we're looking at the Mecha X. And first things first, you look at this thing and it looks like, you know, a Transformers knife. And you'll see why in a minute. Spoiler alert, a little foreshadowing there for you. Wink, wink, if you know what I mean. So we have very interesting blade here. This is like a Tanto blade with a flat grind going on here, M390 steel. We have the beautiful bee-blasted finish on it with a beautiful fuller there as well. The thumb studs are kind of thumb ramps with jimping on them, which is nice. We have good jimping on the blade there, also on the tang of the blade, which is good. It is a liner lock, but check out the liner, right? The liner is actually cut out from the handle itself. So when you actually move the liner out of the way to close the blade, you can see the entire liner, right, actually coming flush with the scale, right? That's pretty interesting, all right, very unique. Definitely gives this knife a cool touch there for sure. And that's not the only trick, I promise you, right? These are cool for a reason. So we have a drop shot action, which is awesome. Thumb deployment is really good. The reverse flick on here is also really, really good. So you can see here, I can actually deploy with the nail of my middle finger, which is great. And we do have a flipper here, which is very minimal with the functional jimping, and that works just as good. Also, on the scales, we have some tritium put in there. There's definitely some slots there for it, which is pretty cool. I think Lefty may have added these after the fact. I don't think the actual knife comes with it. Yeah, nevertheless, pretty cool, because once that tritium, or you're able to put tritium on there, these are glow in the dark, so you know you can find your knife at night or what have you, as compared to not having it on there. So it's nice that they thought about that, which is cool. We have all kinds of lines and milling going on here, which is just gorgeous to say the least. We got some milling lines there. Also looks kind of angular and very geometric. Some more milling lines here, right? There's this line that starts right here, and that one actually, you know, kind of foreshadows what's going on. Is this knife an integral? Well, I mean, it might seem like it at first. It definitely has. It's not open construction, right? At least at first sight. And we do have some more jimping here in the back. Coming around is all symmetrical. Pocket clip is actually pretty comfortable. And ergonomically speaking, right, it's actually pretty good. You wouldn't think this shape would be actually very comfortable, but surprisingly, guess what? I'm here to tell you that it is. You can also forward choke on this finger choil there. Boom, get some work done. So yeah, all in all, a very, you know, awesome premium knife from Rike. They're making some unique stuff there over on their end for sure, and this is one of them. Now, they also have their sort of universal shell body construction system uniqueness to them, if you would. So this one, the way it works is you have this little button here, which we are going to pull back on. So it's under spring tension. We get to pull it back just like that. And once we do that, we can actually open up the shell like this. You can actually see the little, you know, button that it hangs onto once it's closed like that. So it doesn't actually go anywhere. It doesn't actually rattle or anything, which is, again, the machine cut precision here is through the roof. So here's what happens, right? You have this shell construction. I call it the total shell, right? And so it gives you the impression that it is an integral without having to necessarily mill the whole thing from one single piece of titanium. Don't get me wrong, this piece right here is an integral. There's this one piece I'm holding here on my right hand, because this one part is actually just one single piece of titanium. It's not milled from multiple pieces. So what this gives you is multiple different advantages, right? So you can still build a knife just like it in the traditional way, sandwich construction or what have you, with a backspacer. And then you can do the integral part, and you know, kind of adds rigidity to it, right? Gives you all the benefits of a integral knife, and at the same time, you know, you also hide away all of the hardware. So most of the hardware is already hidden, perhaps, right? There, you don't see any hardware by default. Now you can actually see the pivot. So when I put the shell back on, right, which looks something like this, right, you'll see that everything falls in place, perfect, very precise machining, right, and then you don't see any hardware inside. So it gives you a very hardware clean design, which is awesome, and at the same time, it gives you a good, you know, integral feeling knife, right, which is pretty good as well. This is the Mecha X from Rike Knives. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.